Coming up today on Verbatim, we recap the Cross Media Council's SGA panel.
And we talk to students about why they went to Relay for Life.
Plus, we take a look at the world of USD in 60 seconds.
Verbatim starts right now. Welcome to another episode of Verbatim. I'm Michael Geheren.
And I'm Jackie Hendry. We're taking you behind the stories you find in the Volant. A new issue is on newsstands today and on volantonline.com.
You may not know Jackie from Verbatim, but without her there would be no show. She's our director and spends most of her time upstairs in the control room. Jackie and I are both from the great state of Illinois. We may be home of Honest Abe,
but he was pretty much the last politician any of us from Illinois were actually proud of. You can find the majority of our past governors in federal prison.
And we may have the Windy City, but gosh darn it, South Dakota is so much windier.
So Michael and I have found moving from the land of Lincoln to South Dakota to be quite the culture shock. So here are some of the things we found interesting about South Dakota.
Yeah, so the first week I was here, something that really shocked me was the traffic lights. At night here in Vermilion, and I'm sure across the state, they seem to turn, or they start flashing like the power's gone out. So my whole first week, I thought the power kept going out in Vermilion at night. I was very confused.
Yep, because that's the only time that ever happens where we're from is when there's a power outage. Apparently that's not the case in plenty of other places, but in Illinois, that's what we learned to expect.
Yeah.
As for me, whenever someone tells me with great horror that there were 6 murders in Sioux Falls last year or something like that, I can't help but think to myself, really, that's it?
Yeah, seriously, it's like big news when a homicide happens here. But you know what? People in South Dakota are so nice, and that's something we don't get to experience in Illinois. There is no such thing as Illinois nice. Holding the door open for people is not a common occurrence in our state, and in fact, I think people would find it very weird.
That's very true. Another thing that I thought was kind of weird, I noticed that the local weather forecast on our local TV news stations covers the entire state of South Dakota and then some. That's not how it is where I'm from either.
No. And for me, the last thing that really surprised me was the sky in South Dakota. Now you may think, that's strange, Michael, because the sky in Illinois is probably the same sky that's in South Dakota. It is. But in Illinois, we have light pollution, and it's a big problem in Illinois. And when you go outside here in South Dakota at night, you can see the stars and the sunset. It just looks so much more vivid and what it's supposed to look like. And the little things in life have taught me to appreciate things like that. So I certainly have enjoyed coming out here to South Dakota.
And same for me too. Students from the Volant, Coyote News, and the Cross Media Council questioned the solo SGA executive candidate team at a panel discussion Monday. Here's the story.
The Cross Media Council hosted a live panel discussion Monday to inform students ahead of next week's Student Government Association election. Solo presidential and vice presidential candidates Sammy Zoss and Michael Buchanan answered questions from the CMC, social media, and the audience.
Ultimately, it came down to the fact that we needed the increase, and it's going towards a great cause. I mean, this is going to help grow the university immensely.
One topic the team addressed was the potential GAF fund increase.
How much more would students be paying each semester?
It's going to go up $4.50 per credit hour this first year round, so that's about an increase of about I believe it is 8, maybe 0.85%, so not even a full percent of what you're paying to go to this university. And really what you're getting back from that is a lot more opportunities in a lot more areas. As
to what big plans are in store, they say it's up to the students.
Is anything big that you're predicting that you would focus on this term, or no?
I mean, I guess when you're thinking of something big that you want to do, things that have been big in the past administrations, like the D1 atmosphere with Eric and Clay, and like diversity and inclusiveness with Tyler and Dustin, those are things that students reached out to the previous semester. Those are things that students said, we want our university to do this.
For the Volant, I'm Michael Geheren.
Coming up after the break, we talk to students about why Relay for Life was important to them.
We'll be back in just 15 seconds.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
More than 200 people supported Sunday's Relay for Life in the Dakota Dome. Braley Dodson asked them why they were walking.
Just support my daughter, and my father passed away almost 3 years ago now of cancer. So I just wanted to be there for that.
For family. Support my sister, and because my grandpa passed away and my grandma had breast cancer. Remember family that I have lost and friends that have had cancer, and provide awareness. I want to help fight back against cancer, and I love CAC and what we go for, and it's just amazing to see all this.
My mom is a survivor, so we like to support the cause. In honor of my grandma, she passed away about a year ago because of cancer, so we're here and all supporting her.
I'm here to promote awareness about cancer and help fight against it.
Thanks, Braley. Students from the USD Department of Media and Journalism also attended Relay for Life, but not to report on it, to support a mentor and friend, Chuck Baldwin, the advisor of the Volant and journalist in residence at USD. Each week, the Volant covers the stories that affect the students at USD. We decided to take a look at the big stories of the week and show you the world of USD in just 60 seconds.
Area dog owners brought their pets to the student organization room for Pet the Stress Away on Tuesday.
I researched about this university, and I thought this university is a very good opportunity for my life.
International students are learning how to adapt to a new way of life. Explore an interactive map with their countries of origin at volantonline.com.
The women's basketball team has found success practicing against their scout squad, which consists of 6 male students who are treated just like any other athlete.
I've seen a couple of these on Twitter. Can you guys sing the school fight song?
USC is one of my absolute favorite places on the planet Earth.
Here's what's happening this week at USD.
Friday is the Wine with Will fundraiser in the John A. Day Gallery at 7 in the evening. The event supports the South Dakota Shakespeare Festival.
Starting Friday, Strollers will have their annual show in Alf's Auditorium. The program begins at 7 p.m. Friday and 8 p.m. Saturday.
Coming up tonight on Coyote News, they're taking a look at the new process to register for classes next year.
And Coyote News will have a live interview with the coordinator of the Greek League basketball tournament.
Plus, Coyote News goes further in depth on this weekend's Relay for Life.
Tune in tonight at 5 on Cable Channel 21.
Thanks for joining us this week on Verbatim.
Be sure to tweet us with the hashtag USD Verbatim.
We'll see you next week.